My name is Sarah Ricard.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you for kind of getting us started here. My name's Andrew Bickford. I'm going to kick it around to the rest of the group if everybody just wants to introduce yourselves so we know who's on the call, and then we'll kind of get going from there.
Hi, everybody. This is TJ Galloway. Glad to see all y'all here.
Hi, everyone. This is Jeremy Kuvion. Thank you all for joining the meeting.
Hi everyone, my name is Genevieve Bodro. Nice to see you.
Hi guys, this is Garrett Smith.
Hey everyone, this is Zachary Young. Thanks for having it.
And hello, everyone. This is Clayton Warnick. I appreciate y'all letting me jump in here.
Okay, perfect. I think that is everybody. So we are here to kind of go through a little bit of a problem with foster retailers. We're going to kind of discuss what's going on there, what the problems are, and some potential solutions, and how we could kind of help them get through some of the problems they're having with a couple of their employees. We're going to kind of approach this from a reflective thinking model. So we're going to talk about what are some of the problems that we're seeing, what problem we think that we should focus on, how we're going to judge a potential solution, and kind of the criteria that we're going to use to say, okay, this is going to work, this is working, or this is not working. We need to adjust it. What possible solutions do we have that may work? So we're going to brainstorm some solutions together and then evaluate the solutions that we came up with, see which one we kind of want to focus on and go with from there. And then we'll have a nice little wrap up at the end. All right, Sarah, it's all up to you.
Hey, Sarah, I think you're on mute.
Thank you.
No
I
worries.
think we're going to talk about the problems that we all could identify that Foster's retailer is facing.
All right, I'll go ahead and jump in, guys. I think the biggest problem, in my opinion anyway, is that there's a lack of communication between the team. Clearly, they have a lot going on there. The management team is not able to communicate well, and they don't want to work together.
I agree.
Yeah,
I saw that too.
completely agree. I think another problem that foster realtors is facing is that because of this communication problem, employees are being told kind of not to respect another manager. You know, Doug's telling his employees don't answer Laura, which really isn't acceptable.
Yeah, and just kind of build off what you're saying, Germany, is like there's really not any consequences for that. Like they're just kind of going unchecked and doing whatever they feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mainly just all the struggles between the managers is definitely causing conflict with the business for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the issues between the employees could be solved if the managers just kind of bucked up and came together, got on the same page, saw how each one kind of helped each other, saw how they could work together to kind of benefit everybody all together.
Yeah, they're not really performing as a strong team, and it's just reflecting in poor leadership as well and handling the situation.
So, which one of the problems would we like to focus on?
I think
Well,
the main one was communication, I think is what TJ stated.
Yeah, I think the main problem is the communication between Laura and Doug. That's the main issue right now.
I agree.
I agree
And
too.
yeah, solving that would solve everything else. Oh, yeah, parts of it.
Yeah, man between Laura and Doug, I would agree as well.
so
So we're going to focus on the lack of communication and then the effects of those problems we have as it's trickling down and affecting customers as well as maybe disrespect from some of the employees towards their the management team.
Yeah, and it's probably affecting the overall feel of the workplace as well. When you have your managers fighting and you feel like you're in the middle, it can't be fun having to go to work with that pit in your stomach of what am I going to face today? So
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah,
Definitely.
and nobody knows who's making the decisions around there because of the
mhm,
lack of leadership and just
mm,
everybody's telling you who you can and can't talk to, things like that.
Right. I agree with that as well. Just the lack of
Yeah.
communication just in the workplace and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Charles says he's getting complaints from nearly every other employee over this communication issue.
Well, it can make for a hostile work environment if you don't know who you're supposed to report to. Uh, you know, who's the manager that you're supposed to listen to? So that can be confusing for people as well. So what would we like to do? How would we judge a potential solution? What kind of outcome are we looking for?
I mean, I think that whatever our solution ends up being, it needs to be something that's actually manageable for the team. They need to actually be able to implement it. That would be extremely important.
I agree as well. Definitely something that has to be even like maybe a potential regional manager coming in or some like higher force to kind of like balance out the struggles because it seems like they're not able to work it out as of now, but they might have some other possible solutions as well. So
Yeah, I think Laura and Doug need to definitely work on the communication, but I think it needs to be, at least in the beginning, facilitated by Charles. He may need to sit in on, like, if they set up weekly meetings or something like that. Charles need to sit in on those in the beginning to make sure they're productive and to make sure there's a third party sitting in there. And then I think he can slowly back off as they gain better communication skills and get back on track to where they should be.
Yeah, I think he should be part of conflict resolution, but also making sure that the management team is held accountable not only for themselves and their behavior, but also for providing a good example of leadership and conflict resolution and communication in the workplace.
Whatever we end up doing, we need to make sure it's a big one. It's cost effective for the business. We don't want to waste a whole lot of time and money on trying to get things right.
Yeah, I
Agreed,
mean,
agreed.
even if they have like pre-shift meetings or just weekly meetings where everybody's on the same page, you know, I think that'd go a long way communication wise and clear a lot of confusion.
I also think a potential solution should be that Laura and Doug are able to solve their problems. By that I mean better their communication. Yeah, so yeah, better communicate. Yeah.
So
I know a lot of work companies have like mandatory trainings that employees have to do yearly, but even they could have like trainings on how to resolve conflict in a workplace, well, amongst your coworkers.
yeah,
Just some type of online trainings that the employees could do to kind of help this situation.
I wrote the same thing, like some potential meetings, some like even training with like communication and team building,
Yeah.
I think could serve them like justice. So
Yeah, team building, that's something good too. So maybe we should evaluate the solutions that we've kind of come up with, kind of think about which ones would meet the criteria, some strengths and weaknesses of each one, and which one we think, like we were saying, would be cost effective, time efficient, and kind of help the solution to solve this problem of lack of communication.
I feel like I really am on board with the team building. It's super cost effective. I mean, there's free programs and free software out there that they could use to do it digitally, or they could get together, on a weekly or daily basis, and just communicate. I think that that's something that they'd be able to implement easily. It would solve a lot of their conflicts and hopefully get them back on track.
Yeah, you just kind of have to hope that everybody takes that team building exercise serious, right? Or else it's not going to go anywhere. So, um, one thing for like the pre-shift meeting, you just want to make sure. Um, I like doing those pre-shift or weekly meetings because it works for everyone and it gives everybody a chance to kind of voice their opinion or concern or ask a question, right? Everybody that works there, so a lot of questions could be answered in those meetings.
I like the idea of digital because it's can be more cost effective, but also then when you meet people in person, sometimes it's easier to kind of express yourself because they're right there and you can kind of, have a one-on-one conversation. Sometimes things can be lost in translation digitally, but I think the pre-shift meetings are great because, like you said, they're already there and everybody can kind of air their grievances and work on communication, in real time.
And I
Yeah.
think that those team building exercises can really help not just Doug and Laura, but it's going to be bringing in the entire team. So it can bring in outside perspective from instead of just having the managers be a part of it, is bringing in everyone.
Oh, that's a good idea. It increases the communication with everyone. So then when you have the problems of employees talking with only one manager or you're only supposed to talk to this person, it can kind of alleviate all the confusion there and everybody can see that they're on the same page as far as working for one common goal.
Sounds good. I think we're all on the same page with what route we need to take here. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, and hopefully this will help out the team a lot.
Yeah. Um, so just to summarize our meeting, we agreed that our main problem being faced by Foster Realtors is the communication or the lack of communication between Doug and Laura and how it's affecting the entire team and the other employees. Um, our best solution that meets our criteria is going to be having team building exercises either digitally or in person to help bring that team together and get Doug and Laura to better communicate. Does anyone else have anything to add to that solution or to this meeting?
I completely agree with all that was said. I think bettering the communication will definitely serve like the business well, definitely make all the people feel welcome, feel like the environment is like less hostile for sure. So
Agreed. Agreed.
I,
Absolutely. Thank you guys
yeah.
for jumping on. I really appreciate it. I think we really came away with a good solution, and you guys have a good rest of your day.
You
You
too.
too.
Bye.
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you.
Too.
Bye-bye.